I think I get more of a kick of doing these intros because I like putting all of it on the screen and see where my imagination takes me. So
Very good. Yeah, very good.
this is Comic Talk. My name is Efren. I go by Passpoint Comics. Guys, how is it going?
Good, 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 good. Looking
Very
forward
good,
to
mate.
this, Efren. Looking forward to
Yeah.
this.
We are missing somebody, so hopefully he'll join us later on, James. But I do have his questions and hot takes at the end. Oh, we have a new segment at the end. I was just thinking of doing something a little bit different. So the last segment is going to be called Hot Takes, and that's just our opinions of what we think is a hot take in the entertainment, industry, so to speak. But before I go any further, Peter, you want to take care of the comments?
Certainly. We've got Terry Deadman. Have a good show, guys. I'm doing the old man's one tonight. Terry does a show over, I think it's on Grey Man's channel, but quite often it clashes. So yeah, nice of you to drop by, Terry. We've got Fuzzy of the Dunlop, Wagawan. Nice to see you, Fuzzy. Hope you're doing well, pal. We've got Connie. Nice to see you, Connie. Hey, girls. Always good to see you, Connie. Hope you're doing well. Excited news today. Thought bubble dates have been announced. So I know Connie has been in the group chat chatting about that. Looking forward to seeing you there, Connie. We've got Joshy Boy Toys. Hey up, all. Good to see you, bud. And we've got Cal Prime. Insert comment here. Certainly will. Thank you very much.
Peter, when you go to Thought Bubble this year, can you ask them if they can do it in the summertime so I can come again? So...
I don't know that our country's accepting Americans anymore, to be honest with you, Efren. So we're not sure. Yeah, we'll see.
Well,
we'll see.
I technically can't have dual citizenship because my parents are from El Salvador, and I can't, sign myself a citizen of El Salvador. So maybe they'll let me in. So yep.
Okay, interesting. Cool. Just speaking of conventions, something popped up on my Facebook page today. I can't even remember. I'll have to share it with you later on about some random convention, Milton Keynes, I think it is. A convention I've never heard of before. It reads very much like it's in a sports hall of a school fair kind of thing. It sounds a little bit kind of ad hoc, but they've got Lou Ferrigno going. The Incredible Hulk.
Collectomania?
I don't know. It's not Collectomania. But it just popped up because Lou's going. And I've wanted to meet him and get a signature from him for years and years. So it's Milton Keynes Mega Striking Comic Con, Sunday, 8th of March.
I wonder if it's
Viking Events.
Oh, I've never heard of them. I wonder if it's near that museum they've got down there. They've got like a TV and like National Sci-Fi Museum down there with all props and stuff.
It just jumped out because, I mean, that's a big name.
It is.
As far as I'm concerned, a big name star to have going to so. And the interesting thing is, sorry to derail, Efren.
No,
the interesting thing is, when I had a little look-see at it, they're not selling kind of photo slots or signature slots or anything like that. So someone said, what do we do to get a signed thing from Lou? And they said, you just rock up at his table. It's like, really? Really? Oh, okay. So I might end up doing myself a little tour and go down, I think.
Is it just one day?
One day, Sunday, yeah.
I've got 1,001 things for him to sign as well. I've got the Pumping Iron DVD. I've got so many things he could sign. Yeah.
So with DVDs. I might have to do. I mean, it's about 4 hours from me, so I think I might make a weekend of it and go somewhere else on the way down. But yeah, I'm fancying it. I am fancying it.
If you guys go, I want you to cosplay as Hulk. So
She-Hulk. She-Hulk. I've got the breasts for She-Hulk. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We've got Stephen in the chat. Nice to see you, pal. Evening all. Been looking forward to this all day. Good stuff. Isn't the museum run by the guy who owns Showmaster?
It is, yeah. It is, I believe.
Ah, okay. The visa situation is going to spoil so many cons this year. What's the visa situation for you? Do you guys know what he means by that?
Well, I think he means people just going to and from America and stuff like that. Because if you go over to America now, like I had to fill out the ESTA form, and you have to put in all your social media handles now and stuff like that. And they can now, they can now stop you coming from the States because of any tweet you've made about Donald and stuff. So,
but free speech, isn't that what JD Vance was getting excited about? Mate. Free speech. But we're going to check your social media before. Anyway, never mind.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Never mind.
Crazy. Anyways.
Let's talk comics.
So this is the show, like I said, it's called Comic Talk, where we ask each other, we each pick 2 questions. we don't know what the questions are. Well, I do because I have to put them in row. But these other guys, they don't know what the questions are. So James isn't here, but we do have his question, so we'll ask it also. So the order this time around is going to go myself, Peter, and then Sorel, and then I'll ask James question. You guys ready to go?
Yes.
I have the first question. If you could bring one comic book character to life, who would it be and why?
Easy.
So my one would be Superman, because I just think he's a good guy. He's a good guy, and I think he would. And there are so many problems in this world right now. I think he would be full of it, and he would just go fix all the problems that we have.
Okay, so see what you mean. I thought you meant a dead comic book character. I was gonna.
No. Any comic book character. I just think he's. He would just say enough's enough, guys. I hate to be controlling. In some point, I don't think he would go overboard. But I'm picking Superman because of the way the world is right now, basically. It would have been Daredevil because he's my favorite character, but just the way this world is right now, I think we need Superman more than anybody else.
Excuse me. That's a good one, and I think Superman would have probably been my go-to, or someone like Captain America or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who would have the biggest impact. That's a really interesting question. Guys in the chat, please do stick something in the chat as well. Who do you think would make a big impact on the world? I'm thinking someone like simple and straightforward as Molecule Man. Because you could end things like world hunger. And if you've got the powers that come with the character, you could end world hunger in a click of the fingers, couldn't you? Or you could, you can end any resource issues we've got with that kind of level of power.
I like that.
Superman would be good. Yeah. Sorrel?
See, I thought we were going to go... You've gone the serious route on me. I was going to go the silly route. I was going to say Harley Quinn for obvious reasons. But we're going for serious answers. I'm now staring at my comic book rack thinking, think of something, Sorrel. Don't be the perv.
Archie. Jughead.
I'm about to say, I'm staring at my comic thinking, I'm going, no, that's tits, that's also tits. We'll go with the Captain America route. I think the world needs a bit of blue collar, proper American hero.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Cody Rhodes, the wrestler, but he's not the same.
He's not. No. We've got some comments in the chat, guys. So I don't want to talk about cons. I priced up Thor Bubble this afternoon, and my hair fell out. Yeah, it's not a cheap weekend. Excuse me. A comic artist got turned away from the U.S. immigration last week because they asked if he would be taking videos for his YouTube, and he didn't have a working visa.
Don't say that. That has made me proper twitchy now, because that's exactly what I'm doing when I go out there. I'm looking loads of videos.
The answer is no, then, isn't it? If you get asked, yeah.
No, I'm a good boy.
Wow, what's going on? Okay.
Crazy.
Sorry, Efren, your channel. Don't want to talk politics, but the hypocrisy is just mind blowing when they're banging on and berating England for its freedom of speech and things like that, and then stuff like anyway. Sorry.
No, I'm quite all right. I agree with whatever the way you guys talk about United States. I agree, and I live here. So
scary. Galactus, I've had enough. That's it. Fuzzy's calling it quits. I'm thinking along similar lines as Efren in terms of the problem, but different solution. Punisher. That's a good one. Fuzzy wins. We've got Ash. Nice to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Judging by Sorrel's comic collection, we need to take a trip to Japan. Yeah. Filth. Right, what's next?
I think it's yours, Peter. Yeah, this is yours. You ready?
Yeah, sure. I think we've asked this one before, but I don't think we've ever really gotten Sorrel's take on this. There's always a lot of debate about rogues galleries, and we all know that rogues make the hero really the best quality villains. Quite often, people will say Spider-Man and Batman for the quality of their rogues and the variety of their rogues, and that's a great answer. But I'm going to stick with an answer that Efren gave just a little while ago and say that I think Superman's rogues gallery is one of the best out there. I think you've got a fantastic mix. You've got your kind of your white-collar crime characters like your Lex Luthors and things like that. The storyline, for those that haven't read it, where Luthor becomes president of America is phenomenal. Well worth picking up. That's a really, really good one. And then you've got massive, ridiculous powerhouses, obviously, like Doomsday, Cyborg, Superman, Bizarro, all of those kind of big, heavy hitter characters. And then you've just got totally weird left field ones, like the Toymaker or Mr. and Mrs. Zipperplix, can never say his name. The imp ones. He's got such a wide variety of colourful characters, I think. So yeah, so I'm going to go with Superman for this one. How about you guys?
I was going to pick just one single character, but I'm going to pick the Fantastic Four. Because the first right off the bat, the Mole Man was in issue number 1. Then a couple issues after that was Doctor Doom. I mean, he was just the greatest enemy in the world of the Fantastic Four. And also, Submariner is their enemy off and on. Galactus, the biggie in issue number 50. So mine would be the Fantastic Four. They just have so many enemies that go through them all the time, But Doctor Doom, I mean, he's got to be like the number 1 villain in Marvel Comics and in the movies too now.
Yeah, I mean, Doom's a game changer, isn't he? He's one of the biggest baddies out there. And like you say, Galactus, didn't really think of Galactus.
Yeah.
And I guess the Fantastic Four were Skrulls, the Negative Zone, and Hillis, all of those kind of characters.
Blastar, all these characters, villains. So I would pick them,
I've not seen the Puppet Master or anything for a long time.
He redeemed himself. He's in jail right now.
Okay.
So he realized he made all these errors. So about a year ago, he was in one of the Fantastic Four books, and he was, paying for all his errors, and he's trying to be a good father to Alicia. So.
Okay. How about you, Sorrel?
I'm gonna echo what Andrew said here in the comments. X-Men. I think X-Men, because Magneto, Apocalypse, Arcade, Mojo. They've got so many different beings from all over the place that that are their villains. So plus the Brotherhood of Mutants themselves. Mystique, even Rogue for a time was in the Brotherhood of Mutants.
And you're back to your boobs, aren't you? You're back to your boobs.
I've gone straight back to the blue lady that can shapeshift.
X-Men's a great call, actually. They've got some phenomenal
Mr. Sinister.
Sentinels, even just down the Sentinels.
Wow.
But Magneto is my favorite. It's one of my favorite villains overall. Is Magneto. I think he's the most misunderstood villain of all time.
Yeah, Magneto is one of my favorite all-time characters, and I think my love for him grew in the X-Men movies, with Sir Ian McKennell's portrayal of him, because it gave real heart and pathos to the kind of the Holocaust survivor element, which perhaps I'd never really delved into, So yeah, superb.
We're the future Charles, not them. They no longer matter.
He's
well, future Charles.
He's basically an anti-hero.
He is.
You Homo sapiens and your guns.
Ash, Keegas is in bed. He's telling me that he's had a power cut, but I don't believe the guy. He'll have another rough night.
He's under his PlayStation duvets.
Yeah. We've never viewed Villains Guy yet. We've just mentioned that. TMC, but is it, Andrew? Is it?
They do have a lot of colourful villains. To be fair, they do have
just weird animal things, aren't they?
They are all weird anthropomorphic animals, but yeah.
All I can think of for turtles really is Krang, Shredder, and the Foot Clan. Other than that, it's all just weird mutant. I suppose it's just because I'm not into the characters, I guess.
Yeah, there is others, but yeah, they are pretty much those are the main ones, really.
To be fair, I think DC characters share the villains well, maybe more so than Marvel. Yeah, I think you're right, Fuzzy. I think they're more detailed. I enjoy them more. Hey, sorry I couldn't make it. Currently sat in candlelight. Bram, don't believe you. Don't believe you, James. Don't believe you. Did you see Chris Claremont talking about Mr. Senator and Gambit this week? Oh, no, I didn't, Fuzzy. Yeah? No, no, I didn't. Sorry, I just spotted the next comment. No, I didn't see that, Fuzzy. What was he saying? Let me know. Filth, Ash, filth, but probably correct. Probably correct. There we go. We're up to date, Ashford.
James, we're going to be asking your questions, so obviously, let us know what your answer is if you can. And I believe Sorrel, you are next. Yes, you are. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
With the exception of Marvel and DC, what comic book would you love to see turn into a movie? So I'm thinking like indie books and stuff like that.
Should I start?
Yeah, go for it.
Because it's easy. It's an easy answer. It's Invincible. I mean, we've got a great cartoon series at the moment, which I'm loving. But I'd love to see a live action Invincible movie. The only problem with that is to do Invincible well, you've got to do the groundwork at the start and build up the characters and stuff like that. So you know, I would want a trilogy of films, and you're probably not going to get to the big kind of action pieces until the second movie. You know, I just think it would be incredible. I'd love that. I'd also love. I'm picking two. Sorry. I'd also love just because I feel it's a long time since we've had a decent one. I'd probably go something like Ice Cream Man. I like a horror anthology movie. Loved Trick or Treat, which I just watched relatively recently. So give us something like that, like a Twilight Zone movie with 3 different stories, interconnecting stories in it, or something like that would be cool.
Cool.
When this book came out, I told Peter, this book's going to be such a good book. And it was like the first year of it. To me, it would be Philadelphia by Rodney Barnes. I just love that. I mean, the first year, if anybody has not read, I really, highly, you should read that book. Basically, it's, Philadelphia gets taken over by vampires. So it's called Philadelphia. And the bad guys, behind it are U.S. presidents, basically, that have survived throughout the centuries in the background. So that, to me, especially the first year, that was my must-read book for that year. I don't know if he's even still going on with that book, but it's been a while since there's been a new, issue of that book. But mine would be Philadelphia by Rodney Barnes. I really liked it. It was vampires, founding fathers. I was like, what more can you ask for? I thought that was a really good book.
Cool. For me, it's always been and it always will be Fables. I mean, I think the story of Bigby and all the characters in New York and stuff would be brilliant. A TV series more than anything. I think a TV series more than anything.
I've never read Fables.
I'm just looking to see if it's a. Yeah, I've never read it. I'm just looking to see if it's a.
The best way to get into it. The best way to get into it is read the Wolf Among Us adaptation. They made the video game The Wolf Among Us, and that's a great little gateway into the whole idea of what the Fable stories are.
Yeah, nice. To one that's on my list to read.
Yeah.
Let's see what we've got. Black Science. I'm not sure on that one. You guys heard of that one?
I've heard of that one.
I think I may have, but I'm not exactly sure what it's about. So I would have to say no.
Let one know in the chat. I'm not familiar with that one. Sin City TV series would be really good. I rewatched the movie relatively recently. It's a decent flick. But yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. James, new Spawn movie. That would be good. Deadly Class. You guys read Deadly Class?
Nope.
No.
Phenomenal book. They did a TV series. I've still not watched the TV series, Connie, but yeah, the the book is great. It comes in 4 nice big hardback volumes. That's them there. So it's a great read. Highly recommend it. About basically a lad who gets taken into this underground school. It's a bit like Harry Potter, but training assassins. Very, very good. Very good series. Something is Killing the Children is coming, Stephen. It's on its way. So we'll be getting that soon, hopefully. Can't remember if I think that's a TV series rather than a movie, I think.
I think it's going to be an anime one, too. I think there's 2 versions of it, if I remember right, reading about it. I could be wrong, but...
Excuse me. Stray Dogs would be very cool. Sorry, my chest's still terrible. Stray Dogs as an anime would be great. Deadly Class again, love it. I hate Fairyland would be superb. I love it. I've still not caught up with volume 2 of that. Department of Truth could be a fantastic TV show, but the comic lost me. I'm exactly the same, Connie.
Yep.
But you're right. We haven't got like a successor to the X-Files at the moment. I don't think, is there? I'm trying to think of anything on TV that's like that kind of, because that's what Department of Truth is. It's like all the myths and things. Don't think we've got anything that's into that at the moment. So yeah, it'll be good. Shocked that Fables didn't get made when The Walking Dead exploded. Yeah.
When the video game exploded, I'm surprised it never got picked up either, because the video game was really successful when it came out.
Yeah.
There were no hints of anywhere, people saying it may be a screenplay or nothing?
I think they've kind of played with it over the years, but no one's ever gone further with the idea. It's always stayed out.
Black Science is... Sorry, mate.
So I said that they don't even write Fables anymore. He finished it, didn't he? The guy that's like, I think he's completely ended now as Fables.
It's finished, is it?
Yeah, it's completely ended the series.
I'll have to pick it up. Although looking at my to read shelf, it's obscene. So, Black Science is an American comic book series that focuses on the Antichrist League of Scientists.
Okay.
As they travel dimension to dimension and uncover the secrets of creation. That sounds interesting. Fuzzy, I see Jeff Jones had the Red Coat script on his Insta yesterday. Wow. That's going to be very, very interesting. I cannot wait for that. Black Science is... Oh, it's a Rick Remender. All right.
Okay.
Big fan of his writing. I might have to pick that one up. I like the sound of that. Hi, Ken. Nice to see you, pal. Hope you're doing well. There we go.
Okay, so this was the last one. I think this one is James' question. I think we've asked a reiteration of this question before also, but we will put it up here. Who would be in the Mount Rushmore of comic book creators? For me, obviously Stan Lee and the creators of Superman. I think Siegel and I forgot the other person.
Schuster. Is it Schuster? Jerry thingy Schuster and Siegel?
And the creators of Batman, Bob Kane.
Bob Kane, Bill Finger.
Who else? If I had to pick one more, I would probably, I think it would just be those guys. You know, I'm sure there's so many other creators out there also, but for me, it would be those three people that I mentioned are creators.
I'm rubbish with this kind of question because, as you guys know, I don't really know comic book names. I know Stan Lee, and that's about it.
Okay.
I don't know any of others.
Yeah, no, I think I would go with what Efren said, but I would throw in people like Jack Kirby and
Jack Kirby. Forgot about him. Yeah,
and Ditko. You know, they're like the originals. But if I was trying to bring it up a bit more modern, I would probably, do you know what? If I think of who my favorite writers are at the moment, I'll probably go mention in the chat here. Jeff Jones is incredible. Mark Waid, I still think is one of the best writers. Doesn't get enough praise. And also Rick Remender. I absolutely love his work. But the classics, the kind of the gods, as you've said, you know, Stan Lee, Ditko, Kirby, those kind of iconic characters. It's interesting. People often say, like you have Efren, you know, the creators of Superman, Bill Finger and his name's just gone out of my head. Bob Kane.
Yeah.
There's a bit of controversy about Bob Kane, but yeah, those two individuals. I have to be honest. Well, Bob Kane created Batman, didn't he? Sorry. Mm-hmm. What else did they do? Do you know Stan Lee? You can rattle off 5, 6, 7, 8 characters that he created. Those other creative teams, the guys who created Superman and Batman. Not that I'm dissing what they did in any way, shape, or form, but I would struggle to think of what other characters they made or came up with, like Stan Lee did. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. I wouldn't know. If we're going modern, two people I would pick would be James Tinian. He's written so many good books. Another one would be, like I mentioned before, Rodney Barnes. He's really one of my favorite artists. This is controversial, but the reason I picked him was the characters he created would be Rob Liefeld. I'm not talking about, you know, if he's a good guy or a bad guy, but I mean, he created Deadpool, basically Cable, a bunch of the mutants, you know, when they were in their heyday. So I think I would have to kind of controversially put Rob Liefeld in there. Oh, there we go.
If you go on X-Men, Efren, you cannot say. I was going to exactly. Sorry, you couldn't say Liefeld over as Claremont, surely.
I'm about to say, because I was going to say Claremont. I think did all the books I grew up with. I grew up with the later '80s, '90s run of X-Men, so that would have been Claremont, wouldn't it? Chris Claremont. Yeah. And all them. So yeah, for me, I would say Chris Claremont as the X-Men writer for sure.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, I was going to mention him too. So there's no wrong answer. I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely.
Fuzzy, do us a favor in the chat. Just quick Google for us. What else did the guys who did Batman and the guys who did Superman? Did they make any other big characters? I feel I should know this as a comic fan. I've disappointed in myself. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know if they did. Anyone say, and can't believe I'm saying it again, anyone name a woman yet? No, not yet. Gail Simmons, I guess I would say. She's created a lot of good, but I don't know many other female creators, to be honest.
Yeah.
Bill Finger is down on just a quick Google for basically all of Batman, really, isn't it? So it's like he created all of like Scarecrow, Batman, Joker, Robin, Catwoman, Harvey Dent, James Gordon. They've got all them listed under him.
Was Bill Finger not the
That's all
artist?
this Bill Finger,
I
sorry.
can't- yeah, I'm not sure.
He co-created many of the iconic DC characters. That's just from Google, though. I may be wrong.
Fuzzy's refusing. Oh, Jim Starlin, that's a good call.
Yeah. Bill
Frank
Everett, he created Submariner and Daredevil.
Mm.
That's another one. I'm not sure who else he created, but I know those two are his main characters.
But I guess a Mount Rushmore's got to be, as you said at the start, Efren, those kind of those creators that have stood the test of time. So it is your Stan
The founding
Lee,
fathers of comics.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good question.
I'm up to my question again. It's our second question. So,
Father.
what is your go-to movie snack? So I'll go first. Every time I go to a movie theater, to me, it's nachos, with jalapenos. I mean, that's my go-to snack before anything else. I'd rather have that over popcorn or a hot dog or any type of candy. It's just the nachos. I'm not sure how they serve it over there, but before they used to put the nacho cheese on top of the chips, but now they put them in little containers, which I don't like. I'd rather have it dripped all over the chips and eat it with jalapenos. That's my go-to movie snack.
So I am exactly the same. I'm a nacho guy. I wish James was here now because it would be an opportunity for us to berate him again. So I am a nacho person. I don't share my nachos, as James discovered. James wanted to stick his sausage fingers in my nacho cheese.
Oh, no way.
Animal. He's an animal. No, but I am quite twitched about my nachos, Efren, because it depends which chain of cinema you go to here. Some cinemas do it as you've described. It's like a little plastic pot of like not a very nice cheese. The Odeon cinema is the best for nachos. You get a nice tray of nachos, 3 dips. I'm salivating. I always go for 2 cheese, and it's like a hot melted cheese. Excuse me. And then I get a guacamole, and then I get excuse me. And then I get jalapenos on top.
Yeah.
So that's my go-to.
Keegas.
I love this.
Nachos,
I bought him. He forgets to mention because you're right, James. You are right.
But you bought them for him. That means
I rarely put my hand in the pocket, James. You are right. You bought the nachos. Hence, you deserved to stick your fingers through the cheese. You animal. Sorry. Sorrel.
I like popcorn, but I like him to do the sweet and salty mix. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But I'm a popcorn guy. I love popcorn.
By sweet, do you mean like sugar on it, or?
So in England we have like sweet popcorn. So it's like is it toffee in England? We put toffee.
You can get toffee popcorn.
Yeah.
Which I quite like, but it's a bit.
In this is sweet popcorn.
This is just sweet. Do you not have sweet popcorn in America?
No, it's all salty all the time.
Really?
No, we have sweet popcorn. Yeah.
You have caramel popcorn. You have like caramel popcorn, but you don't have ours is like sugared, like sweet popcorn. You don't have that in America. As far as every time I've been over there, it's like Butterkiss popcorn, like toffee popcorn.
Yeah, they do. I'm unaware of that, So.
But I do like salty popcorn. To be fair, I don't mind salted popcorn. I've got used to that from being in the States so often. I've got used to it now.
Do you want to take the comments, Peter? Or do you want me to go?
No, it's just James Keegan. I can't be asked to engage with him. So
okay.
Yeah. No, Andrew was saying they don't make them anymore. White chocolate candy corn M&Ms.
Oh wow.
Don't think I've ever seen that.
I'm not a fan of candy corn. Nah.
What's candy? I don't think I've ever had candy corn.
Candy corns, it's like little. We would refer to it as like a marzipan, little tiny nibbly sweet. It's very very sweet. Efren probably eats them like pebbles, pebbles and like Tic Tacs to Efren.
Yeah.
Connie, I just like a large diet Coke. Lover's tiff. Well, it's a tiff. Yeah.
He did say he offered you some of his popcorn.
I mean, right. Have you watched Friends? Joey doesn't share, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't mind sharing food, but there are certain food items I don't want people's fingers touching when I'm going to then eat from it. Do you know what I mean? I get a bit twitched about sharing food where, I'm just going to say it, where Keegan's hands are filthy. Do you know what I mean? He barely washes the man. Do you know? So I don't want his paws, those great paws, anywhere near my food products that I'm then going to put into me mouth. Do you know what I mean? Efren, you've seen him eat. You know what this is like.
Well, first of all, I mean, I have nothing against this, but I mean, this is nicotine hands. The smell alone. I mean,
Exactly. Yeah.
I love James, but the minute I met him, I'm like, damn, this guy, the nicotine. I was like, Jesus, man.
Oh dear.
We love you really, Mr. Keegan. Just not your fingers in me nacho juice.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Oh, sorry, we've got another question.
Okay, go ahead.
Stephen, but you've got a bit blurry, Efren.
I have. Hang on, I'll be back. Keep on talking.
I don't bother with any snacks at cinema. I usually take the option to get a takeaway on the way home. Makes sense given how much the cinema charges for food now. That is very true. That is very, very true.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let me see, where are we at here?
It's an
ready?
intervention, James. It's an intervention. You need to listen and grow from it. Yeah.
If your wife wanted nachos, would you give her some, Peter?
I would be afraid not to. Yeah.
I think you are next. You ready, Peter?
Mm-hmm. This is something that Fuzzy and me kind of chat now and then. We've been chatting today as well about bits and bobs, and it kind of got us thinking to this. Has
That's Fuzzy's comment.
You're welcome to it, Fuzzy. But it did make us think, has social media improved or damaged fandom? And I guess this is in line with, a great example today, Fuzzy's mentioned to us that as soon as the Master of the Universe trailer came out, there was negativity. People, and you get that with everything. And it did make us think, I don't know that social media has helped much. It spreads the word. I feel it's giving geekdom a little bit more acceptance with the norms, but it certainly feels like the vast majority of it is negativity. And we're guilty of that. I'm guilty of that, of talking about movies and being negative about them and stuff like that. And I just don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Back in the day, you would have to sort of like watch the trailer and then come to your own conclusion because you had no internet to go to moan about it. So I mean, yeah, I get it. You used to form your own opinions once upon a time, whereas a lot of people nowadays are swayed very easily by online creators.
And I think that's a great point, Sora, because there's a number of, kind of link into my question at the end of the show. Really, there's a number of content creators that I've watched or I've done shows with and things like that, who express opinions about shows, comics, movies, individuals, whatever. And then when you start to unpick it, you find out they've not actually watched it, or they've not seen it, or they've not read it. But again, a good example, Mark Spears, people absolutely holding him on a pedestal. How many people have actually read his book? I would guess not a lot. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Sorry, I cut you off.
Has social media improved or damaged fandom? I think it depends on who's saying it. I mean, for our shows, if I can speak for ourselves, we do it, to have fun, to enjoy ourselves. We're not mean-spirited. What I'm trying to say, we don't like something, we just say we don't like it, but we don't try to get down and dirty saying, mean things about somebody. Peter and I, we read a book, and I remember, I think we read a book for a creator, and you liked it, and I didn't. But I wasn't mean-spirited about it. I said I just didn't enjoy it, and I gave my opinions why, and I read it twice to make sure. But I think it all depends on who is saying it, because there has been some damage. Some people are just mean and awful. I mean, Masters of the Universe, I loved it. I'm not a big Masters of the Universe fan, but when Sorrell sent us the link, I went, damn, this grabbed my interest. I think I may want to see this movie. And that's not even the whole trailer. It was just that one clip. I was like, wait, this looks good. So I think some people are just negative and mean-spirited.
Yeah. And I think I always come back to the fact that, I think it's absolutely valid to have an opinion and to have a view. I've got no problem with that. And I've got no problem with us doing a show about whatever it may be. And some of we're loving it and some of we're saying, I don't think it's very good. I didn't enjoy it. That to me is perfectly reasonable. It's when, like I say, people haven't seen it or given an opinion on it. I think that's wrong. And I think the noise that's generated on social media about certain properties and certain people and things like that is dire. If we look at someone like, I'll get her name wrong, who played Captain Marvel, is it Brie Larson?
Brie Larson, yeah.
Brie Larson, yeah. the stuff about her was just vile, absolutely vile, before people even saw the movie. And that for me is fanboys and nerds and women haters basically just being let loose, you know? So yeah, I think it's an interesting one.
And that's kind of the same recently with Star Trek, He-Man, everything really. As soon as they make something, and people will flock to it just to put things like, oh, there's a woman leading it, it's Star Trek, oh, there's all these different races in it. It's like, have you ever seen Star Trek before, people?
Yeah.
It's like people that don't understand the fandom they're commenting on. It's crazy, isn't it?
I think they should give it. I think people are going to say bad comments about characters or movies. It's just natural, but I mean, look at Batman when Michael Keaton was first cast as Batman. I remember people were putting it down, and he played a great Batman.
Superb.
Yeah,
and it's this again. You're allowed to have your own views, your own opinions, and stuff like that. But it's when it turns really unpleasant and nasty. And I think back to, and again, people in the chat will disagree with us, but the Kevin Smith He-Man cartoon, Masters of the Universe cartoon. If you didn't like it, fine. But there was people like calling for Kevin Smith's head in the, the YouTube community. Some of the stuff about him was vile, absolutely vile, and it was like, just you didn't like the show, crack on, move on. Do you know what I mean? But, yeah.
But one thing we've got to say on it before we do close on that, just one thing we do have to say is that none of us would be in this room together without social media. So there's upside and downside to everything.
Yeah,
that is true. That is very true.
True.
Let's see what the chat is saying. Social media hasn't improved society, let alone geek culture. I think you're absolutely right, Fuzzy. Yeah. Absolutely right. There's a really interesting documentary. I've talked about it before. Wish I could remember what it was called. It was on Instagram a few years ago. You guys might have seen it. But it was talking about how, I think it was talking about Instagram or it wasn't Facebook, but anyway. And it was all about how the algorithm recognizes stuff that you slow down on and then will just feed you more of the same. So if you are a right-wing nut job, that's all the news you'll see. And all of the news it shows you lends itself to that narrative. You don't get a kind of an opposing view or anything like that. And it was really interesting about how dangerous that can be in terms of just brainwashing you almost.
Well, it's like AI, Chat GPT. That has got a thing built into it where it'll try and please you. It'll give you the answer that you think you want, not whether necessarily it's correct or right. It will give you an answer that it thinks you want to read, basically, which is dangerous.
That's marriage, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That's what I do with my wife. Social media, like anything out there, can be good or bad. We hear a lot about the bad, not enough about the good. That is true. However, haters will hate. They do it for the views or clicks. Screw those guys. That is very true, Stephen. Negativity sells. And we've seen that, haven't we, Fuzzy, in the comic book community over the last 2 years, very disappointingly, that there's a number of channels which have exploded and done incredibly well, purely based on attacking other channels, saying horrific things to each other, but they get the views. We put a comic video out and get out. They'll put a video out about this comic channel's crap and the man's horrible, and they'll get thousands of views. Yeah, I think it's just people love what you love. It's okay not to like anything. Respect the views of others and move on. Yeah. Again, Stephen, you bang on the money, mate. Absolutely agree with that. I'm trying to be careful how I say it. I think that's absolutely right. What boils my urine is where you express a view and then you get people telling you that you're wrong, and they try and tell you why your opinion is wrong. Well, it's your opinion, and that winds us up a little bit. If it weren't for YouTube, I'd be on my own with all of this crap. Very true. Yeah. It's when it gets aggressive towards others because they may like or dislike something. It's just sad. Yeah.
It's like people have forgotten the ability to agree to disagree. People have forgotten that ability, basically.
Yeah. People take their own opinions as facts and will hate just to hate. Yeah, that is very true. We've got Hoodrat in the chat. Nice to see you, pal. Hope you're doing well. The Star Wars community got so toxic because of this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's really easy to shit on social media as an entirely negative thing, but it does have a lot of positives. It does, Connie, you're right. You're absolutely right. And certainly in terms of connecting with people, as Sorrel said, I wouldn't have my friendship group if it wasn't for social media, really. And it is great for sharing of information, getting information. We're living in a world now where you can get whatever you want at your fingertips, really.
Yeah.
I think you've just got to be very cautious that it's true information.
correct
And not,
sources.
and not just stuff the algorithm's pushing your way because it thinks you're going to like it. There we go.
All I gotta say, if it wasn't for social media, I never would have met Peter. I never would have gone to England. I just wouldn't have gone. I don't think I would have gone. I would never have met Sorrel or James or any of the people that I've met through, social media and YouTube, So I say, that's all I have to say about that. So, yeah. Sorrel, I think your question is up next. You ready, sir?
Yeah. That got deep for a minute, gentlemen. So we're going to go back to being a bit silly. Yeah. So what horror character would you like to see get a comic book? For me, it's Chucky. I think Chucky would lend himself very well to a comic book.
Is there not a Chucky book?
I've never found one, put it that way. But I mean, like an ongoing Chucky series where he's just murdering his way around Hollywood would be hilarious. Very meta.
That would be very cool. I'm going to cheat with this because one that I'm really keen on is getting a comic book series coming out. I can't remember who sent it to us. Can't remember if it was Andrew or if it was Fuzzy. But Sorrel, I know you'll be a fan of the Smile franchise.
Yeah, Fuzzy sent us it.
Fuzzy sent it, yeah. That's getting a comic series. I'm really excited about that. Me and James reviewed Smile and Smile 2.
Great.
Phenomenal movies. Smile 2 was just... Have you seen that one? Well, you'll not have, Efren. Have you seen the Smile ones?
No.
Horrific.
Really, really cool. Really cool.
This
quite freaky.
Has got me stumped, so I don't know much about... Are you talking about horror characters that have appeared like in movies, obviously, or TV shows?
Yeah. So yeah, any horror characters like Chucky or whatever horror character strikes your fancy.
This is just like your question about the Mount Rushmore, Sorrel. You couldn't answer. I may have to go to the comments, Peter, and let me think about this. It was not that many. Oh gosh.
There isn't any comments. Just thinking, if it weren't for social media, we might be doing something useful with our time right now. That is very true, Andrew. That is very true.
Think of comic book. I mean, a movie. See, I don't watch much horror, so I may have to pass on this one, guys. I may answer this next month. I don't think I can think of anybody right off the bat. I knew this question, but I didn't want to, just do some research on it when I first saw it. Gosh.
Fuzzy's saying Phantom of the Opera coming soon. Yeah. Looks really, really interesting. That.
Yeah.
Martin Simmons doing the artwork on it, I think. I'd love an anthology with the Hand from Talk to Me. Yeah. That'd be so gory and messed up, and I love that movie. I absolutely love that film. Have you seen the one they did after it, Connie? How Sorrel help us out? The one about she tries to resurrect her son.
Oh, Bring Her Back.
Bring Her Back. Yeah, Bring Her Back. Bring Her Back by the same people is very good, Connie. If you've not seen that one,
got that right.
The knife. Oh God. The knife bit in the kitchen is just horrific.
Great.
Absolutely horrific. Speak for yourself. I'm making a blanket. That's useful with my time. Wasn't there a crossover hack and slash versus Chucky? Oh, that'd be interesting. I don't think I've seen that.
I'll just love looking up.
Yeah. Some good ones there.
Okay, I got one. This came out, I think, even before Peter was born, or very close. I know for sure before Sorrel came out. This was a TV show. It was like a trilogy. It was Trilogy of Terror. This one episode starred Karen Black, where she buys like a voodoo doll, like a little doll, and there's a little note. I forgot what it says. Exactly what it said. Right? It had a chain or something, and it says, "Don't let the chain come off, because this demon will come alive." And the chain fell off, and then it starts attacking her in her house, and it's just with a knife and just stabbing at her. And she at the end she puts it into the oven, to kill it, and she makes sure it was killed. But then she opens up the oven, and then smoke comes out. And she inhales it. Then at the last scene, I think her boyfriend comes knocking on the door, and you see her crouch over with a knife, and she has a big old smile that had all these teeth, just like the voodoo doll. I think that would be a good comic book. It would be like that doll going to different people's houses or something and committing all kinds of mayhem.
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's called Trilogy of Terror. It came out like in the 70s. It was a 3-parter, and one of them was the one starring Karen Black. Like I said, she buys like a voodoo doll. And it is an actual, or some type of doll that is possessed, and it comes alive and starts attacking her. And then at the end,
that's not the one, and I apologize straight away if I get the terminology wrong. Is the doll like a Aborigine kind of doll?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen the images of it.
Yeah. That was when I watched that movie, and it was like a 3-parter, and that was like one of the parts of the movie. And I remember that character big time. I was like, wow. So I just thought of that. So
Connie's just saying, I'm still watching through my list. Please, Connie, go check out Bring Her Back. Check out after you've watched it, check our review out over on One Good Scare. Superb movie. But like I said, there's a scene in the kitchen. Wow, my God, superb, superb. Give us more Freddy comics. I don't think he's got a comic at the moment, has he? I don't think
Freddy,
I've seen a regular.
He's not had a comic for years, Freddy.
It's bizarre, isn't it, that you get so much. I mean, we've talked about this before on One Good Scare, but some characters just seem to keep being reinvented. And then Freddy.
So since Wes Craven died, I believe the rights went back to the Craven estate, and they've been very careful as to who gets the license now to make things. Because I think even NECA can't make toys now. It's very weird how they've suddenly just taken everything back. It's very weird.
Interesting. Good question, that one.
The last question is James' question. So James, please answer it too, if you can, in the comments. What's the biggest change of opinion you've had with the movie on a second viewing? Gosh, these are tough questions this time around, man. What's the biggest change of opinion you've had with the movie?
Yeah. Okay, I can go on that one.
Okay, you want to go first?
So, The Conjuring 4. In the cinema, I loved it because it was The Conjuring. It was the day it came out. I was very, very, very excited to see it.
Hang on. Sorry, hang on. Which one's 4? Just give us a brief.
The last one, the last ride.
The last
one
one
that just came out.
The mirror, the one with the big
mirror. The one with the big ass mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was I was waiting, because obviously I'm a big fan of the series overall anyway. Annabelle, the Nun and everything. I love the whole arc. And I've been with it from the beginning. And I was very excited to see this one come to the cinema. I went on the day of release and everything. I was so hyped to see it. And when I first saw it and actually sat in the cinema and watched it, loved it. Thought it was best thing ever. Then you sort of come home, you sort of have a second think, you're like, and then I got the DVD and then watched it again recently. I'm like, that was shit, really, wasn't it? It was very poor. But in the cinema at the time, I was quite like, I like it. I enjoyed it for what it was. But then on second viewing, you're like, it is pretty ropey.
Yeah, I remember thinking it was pretty poor at the cinema, to be honest. Mine's a Marvel movie. And it's Multiverse of Madness. Okay. So, I know exactly why I didn't enjoy it at the cinema. I had a lot of it spoilt for us before I went to the cinema. And there'd been such a lot of noise and build up to that about characters going to appear in it and stuff like that. And I just felt totally let down when I sat through it and watched it. And then on second watching and third watching, I enjoy it much more for what it is. I love the Sam Raimi effects in it. I love the kind of the demon cloak stuff. It's still not a great movie, still not an amazing movie, but it's certainly not as bad as I thought it was when I went to the cinema to watch it that first time. And a more recent one, and please don't shoot us, Efren, I absolutely loved Fantastic Four at the cinema. And then I watched it on Disney Plus just a few weeks ago. It was all right. It certainly didn't blow us away like I remember feeling in the cinema for it.
Very predictable film, wasn't
it? And Rob Liefeld ripped the Galactus effects apart.
Yeah.
When I was at the cinema on IMAX, it was phenomenal. Watching it on TV, it was like, oh, that looks a bit cack. So yeah, they're mine.
Well, these have been tough questions for me this week. The horror one, it took me a while. Do you only think that when the X-Men movie first came out with Hugh Jackman and all the rest of the cast, I mean, I loved it when it first came out, but then I've watched it before in a second viewing. I don't like their costumes. I don't know why they didn't go with the original costumes. Everybody was clamoring, especially for Wolverine, to show up in his, yellow outfit, and then he finally did in the Deadpool movie. So I think it's nothing major. It would just be when they do these little tweaks for some reason. In the first Fantastic Four movie, the way Dr. Doom, he was created, it just seems off to me. I don't know why they don't go more with the original comic book, going down that line, how these characters came about. There's none they do these tweaks. Deadpool, for example, in the Wolverine movie, what they did to him at the first Wolverine, when they muted him, stuff like that. After watching it again, I was like, oh my god, why did you guys do that?
Yeah.
Whose idea was that? So that would be my second opinion. Just critiquing how these characters are created or their origin stories.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's really funny because like the original X-Men and Fantastic Four, I was 11 when X-Men came out. I went to the cinema to see that, and as a kid, that was a movie brought to like a comic book brought to life, literally before my eyes. Hugh Jackman was Wolverine for me growing up, and then you sort of watch it back now and you look at some of them Halle Berry lines, you're like, oh my god, that is so bad in it. What happens to a toad when struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else. What is that?
Horrendous. Yeah, but I think the X-Men movie was, I mean, we had Superman and Batman obviously before that, but the X-Men movie was when I almost felt legitimized as being a comic nerd. I remember the trailer coming out and getting me dad to watch the trailer, and I felt justified for reading comics, if that makes sense. Because these were proper actors, doing proper kind of stuff. So yeah, great. And leather costumes were the thing at the time. Everything was friggin' leather, wasn't it? Daredevil's costume, everything was.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was the in thing. I have the Freddy versus Jason versus Ash graphic novels and a few standalones. Pretty penny now. Very cool. The Last Jedi, every single time. Not a good Skywalker saga movie, but a good movie. I'm not answering this. I'll get laughed out of the chat. Do it now.
Come on.
Endgame. I'm going to agree with Fuzzy. I fast forward to the battle scene.
Every time.
I don't think I've not watched the full movie since the cinema. I always just fast forward to the battle.
The one Marvel movie that I watch from start to finish every single time is always Civil War. That one, for some reason, I love that movie. But the rest of the kind of Marvel films, like I skip through them. Winter Soldier's good as well. But most of them I skip through. But those kind of movies from that era, I love them still to this day.
Yeah, but I agree with Fuzzy. I think Endgame.
Yeah, Endgame flick.
The phenomenal end of the movie literally is all of it, really, for me. I can do without the whole Tony Stark seeing his dad and all that kind of stuff. It's like, and even Thor and Asgard was out for us. Anyway, Deadpool and Wolverine, didn't enjoy it on rewatch. I've never gone back and rewatched it. Again,
I've never rewatched it.
One I think I fast forward and watched the bus battle, and that's a little bit ropey actually, CGI wise. But yeah, it's not one I've gone back and rewatched. What is it like being a legitimate comic nerd?
It's a good life.
It's a good life. It's a good life. Yeah, it's a good life. The Matrix has a lot to answer for with the leather. Yeah. Well, PVC, wasn't it? Trendy. PVC, shiny. I say it was Lord of the Rings, but not saying anything else. Again, I mean, I've rewatched them, I think. The long films, aren't they? I quite like the Lord of the Rings ones. There we go, Ephraim. That's all the comments, pal.
We are close to the end. Usually it would be a generic question, anything we wanted to ask about. But I asked these guys if they wanted to try a different segment, and it is called Hot Takes. So this is just our opinion. This is a hot take that it could be anything entertainment-wise that we feel it's a hot take. And I believe I am first. This is my wish also. There will come a time when the greatest movie universes will meet, Star Trek and Star Wars. I've always wanted this to happen. I think my hope it will happen. And I mean, I don't see why not. They're both the great Star Universe, franchises. So I would love to see a crossover. There's been an X-Men Star Trek crossover, so I don't see why there couldn't be a Star Wars Star Trek crossover.
I would say it would actually be impossible, Ephraim.
Why?
One was a long time ago in the galaxy far, far away, and one's in the future.
That's very true. That is very, very true.
They're on different time periods, but it's fine. We can make it work.
Yeah.
But I think time travel. If Star Trek can go in the past and save whales, they can go in the past and meet Star Wars. I can see Picard, meet Darth Vader or Obi-Wan Kenobi. So that's, to me, it's a wish more than a hot take.
Only if Leonard Nimoy suddenly realizes he has Jedi powers and is like, fascinating.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So that would be my hot take.
God, I can't believe I'm asking this. I'll ask the Star Wars nerds. Have the ships in Star Wars got shields? I don't think they have they? Do you know how the Enterprise, Star Trek have got shield generators?
Yeah.
I don't think Star
do,
Wars
but
ships
not on
do.
the little. I think it's the big ships that have a shield.
Millennium Falcon
usually.
hasn't, does it?
Millennium Falcon doesn't, as far as I'm aware. Some ships do, like the destroyers and things had shields.
Yeah, I believe they do.
The
Yeah.
destroyers had shields, definitely. But I'm not sure if like the smaller ships did.
A few of the
Yeah.
guys are saying yes, they do, but not in the way Trek ones have shields.
No, they're very different types of shields.
Did they have torpedo? I'm trying to.
Proton.
I'm just-
proton fire. And
I'm
things
just.
like that
I
style, isn't it?
reckon the Enterprise. I wonder what the size comparison is to the Enterprise to the Millennium Falcon. or
Are we
something like that.
being typical blokes here and comparing sizes?
Yeah, yeah. Mine's much bigger than yours. I think what you'll find. Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it'll be
But can the Enterprise do the Kessel run in whatever seconds it was?
No, they wouldn't need to because they would just beam over, wouldn't they? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I think that would be really interesting, Efren. It would be two very different. I mean, Star Trek for me is all about optimism and, looking to the future, whereas Star Wars is more grungy and, it would be very interesting. But yeah,
I would,
very
I would like to see the Borg team up with Darth Vader and those guys, who would gain control. That'd be pretty interesting.
Imagine if they assimilated Vader. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that'd be amazing.
Right. Okay, I believe are we up? We caught up with the comments, Peter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Couple of comments about we've got the guys in the chat debating ships and size, which is very cool. There's a bit techie disparity between the two universes. The Falcon will be a lot smaller compared to the Enterprise.
Yeah, for sure. I think you're up next, Peter.
I just wrote a whole message and deleted this conversation. It's dangerous. Obi-Wan would bitch slap Spock into the next dimension. Very true.
I think Qui-Gon Jinn and Spock could be very good friends. I'm going to be
You
honest.
think? Yeah.
I want to see them two together on screen. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. This kind of links to something I was talking about earlier, and this is not an attack on anybody or anything like that. But it's just something I've become very aware of recently, that a lot of the big YouTubers, comic book YouTubers that I watch, talk an awful lot about art, which is fine. And you collect what you collect. I've no problem with that. But they collect art or they collect covers, and then they talk a lot about comics. But actually, I don't think there's anything there. I don't think they actually read anything, or they don't seem to have much knowledge. A lot of them will talk about comics from 20, 30 years ago that they enjoyed reading. But there are very few YouTubers that talk about modern comic books, like what's out this week, or in detail talk about what them. There's quite a few channels that will do what we do on a Tuesday, put up these are the books that are out this week, and they'll read the synopsis, but they don't actually talk about what they felt about the comic. And I'm pretty sure that's because they don't read it. I always go to my good pal Andy, Perpetual Comics. He puts stuff on Instagram about comic books, as does Fuzzy. And they'll talk about a comic book, and I'm 100% assured that their opinion is because they've read the comic, they're given an honest view, and they'll be honest about whether they liked it or didn't like it. And then there are other YouTubers who will put it up and say it's got a great cover and try and encourage you to buy it. And I'm thinking, I don't think you actually read comics. I'm just sounding off because it's just something that kind of came to my attention relatively recently. Again, probably because of all the Mark Spears stuff that's out there at the moment, people singing his praises. And I'm obsessed with this concept of, I'm not sure people have actually read his book, but they like the covers. Do you know what I mean? I've ordered the graphic novel so I can do a review and say what I actually genuinely think of the comic, rather than just saying the cover's nice. So yeah, it's just my take. I don't know if I'm just talking rubbish or not. I guess in your space, Sorrel, it would be a bit like toy YouTubers who do all the YouTube shows but actually don't actually physically buy any figures or collect figures, just talk about toy news. Do you know what I mean?
Some of them. Do you know there are some of them, right? They do exist. There are people that solely have a YouTube channel that wait for like NECA to put an announcement out, make a whole video around, is this figure worth it for your collection? They don't have any on display in the background.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird.
And
But in
you know,
regards to comic books, I mean, I read a lot of the weird and wonderful books, should we call them? And I mean, there's no fucking point lying about those books.
Yeah.
They're shite half the time, but I love the artwork in them. But no, I mean, like the Mark Spears books. Fuzzy very kindly gifted me the first 4 or 5. I'm on to book 3, and I've got to admit, it's not the best.
yeah, yeah.
It's a bit ropey.
And I think again, it comes back to my comment earlier about reviews and things like that. I've no problem with anybody doing whatever they want on YouTube, but don't try and sell it that you know what it is if you've not even read it. Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of what I've seen a lot of lately, and it just winds us up. Sorry, Efren. I don't know if that's what you meant by hot takes, but
yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, it's a good hot take. I mean, I kind of agree with you. I think older YouTubers like ourselves, we read comic books, because we do a monthly show of comic books that we buy and read. I think a lot of these people, not just YouTubers, just buy comic books or toys just to have them and keep them and not even open them up. I mean, one of the things I like about Sorrell's channel is he's always taking his toys out. You can actually see them, and some people don't even want to take them out of the box because it reduces, the value of the book or toy, so to speak. So yeah, I think a lot of YouTubers they just want to go for the splash and just show a quick cover and just, hey, get views.
It's interesting that, Efren, because I've actually I've written down a load of ideas for videos and stuff over the next few months, and that's one of the videos I'm talking about: collector versus reader, or just someone that enjoys the hobby. And at what point do you separate from that? At what point do you just become someone who buys to collect? Because I know full well that a lot of my collection is just stuff I've bought that I'm never gonna read. CGC is just collecting, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting. See what the chat are saying. True, Fuzzy of the Dunlop. They buy it to sell on Whatnot. Absolute posers gets on my tits.
Yeah.
This is not exclusive to comic book YouTubers. There's a lot who make lots of money off things they don't engage with.
Pokemon scalpers are the worst for it.
Yeah, that is true as well.
Card scalpers.
There's some that even try to review books they haven't even read. That's definitely a problem, and I spot it every time. Yeah, I absolutely agree, Fuzzy. Absolutely agree. I've watched a few of those myself where they'll be talking about a book, and it's a book I've read, and I'm sitting thinking, this isn't the same thing, So yeah.
Is it because they're trying to get a video out quickly, so they're trying to beat everyone to the review, so they get the views? Is that why they do it? Because I don't understand that concept. Because I've never once sat down and thought, I'm going to review a toy that I've never even had. So that's the weirdest concept to me.
Yeah. I've never seen a channel that does that. What did they talk about then? That it's a nice cover?
Covering this hypnosis.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll talk about it offline, but sometimes what they try to do is basically, if it's, say, a panel show like this, they'll make sure that somebody else starts the conversation, and then they'll just rephrase what's already been said. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Or you can do a quick chat GPT, give us a review of, that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's interesting. I know people who buy things just to photograph them for the Insta and then sell them. Yeah, Fuzzy. Yeah, I know people that do that as well. And there's a guy that I watch regularly that buys a new item and then sells it within a couple of weeks. And I'm like, I can't understand the logic of that. I don't understand why you would, but each to their own, I guess. Trading card YouTubers are the same. It's all about the value of the card rather than the love of the cards they're buying. Buy them for the love and collection, not what they may be worth. That's a great point, Stephen. 21st century nerd culture feels like we spend 70 to 80% of time getting conned. Yeah, I certainly feel like that at times. I feel like this approach ruins comics, trading cards, Pokemon collectibles in general, and encourages scalping.
Yeah, definitely.
Excuse me. It's even worse when those same YouTubers get stuff for free. Not a dig at Sorrel. Yeah. I've got some free stuff here. With comics, I'm more of a reader, not a collector. Yeah, Connie. And do you know what, Connie? That's where I miss the Nerd Herd. Sorry, I don't know if you ever watched the Nerd Herd.
No.
Because that was genuinely not about collecting comics. It was about what's a good read. It's a channel that some of our pals, Phil from Phil's Nerdiverse, used to do. And basically each month they picked a book and basically told you in advance so you could go and buy it if you wanted it and read it. And just did a review of the book that everybody had read. And it got me to read stuff that I would never pick up. Once and Future is an example, which is a superb series. Would have never read if it wasn't for that kind of a show. But there's not a lot of those kind of shows out anymore now, which is strange. Unless someone's bought me something, I don't often keep hold of my comics. I only do if it's been a gift. Yeah, that's good. That's a good point. In that case, it was a dig at Triple G. Feel like someone needs to start a book club. Yeah.
If only we knew 3 nerds with YouTube channels that could do this.
I know. We used to do one with GP Venom, and it is good fun. It is good
fun. Yeah.
Maybe something to look into, guys, for a monthly show or something.
Well, we could leave you. I could leave you two to handle the DC and Marvel stuff because I don't know that crap. But I mean, I've got the Weird and Wonderful section handled.
Yeah.
Powerpuff Girls versus Thundercats coming soon.
Boob books. I would love a Nerd Herd style thing. I wonder if that's something we should look at, guys. Not weekly because it's too much, but a monthly kind of.
A monthly one. Very easily done.
Yeah, we could do it.
Okay, leave that one with us.
You could even sorry, just to cut you off. You could even do that thing where you tie it into your advanced ones and stuff like that. Just combine the frigging whole thing. You can do a bunch of reviews, a bunch of things, and then you guys talk about the books that are coming out next week or next month or whatever.
Yeah, leave it with us. We'll have a think.
Let me see who's next. Oh God, this is Sorrell's. When I seen this one, whoa! Well, this is a hot take. You ready?
Hot take.
Uh-huh.
I actually think Doomsday movie is going to suck.
God,
I'm honestly, and this is not just to be a negative Nancy. I'm scared for it. It's got a lot. It's built up this hype now. They've built this hype train since San Diego a few years ago, bringing out Robert Downey. They've built up this giant thing and saying that they've got the guys back who did Endgame. It's going to be amazing. Look at all these cool trailers we're putting out that tell you where the characters have been, and they're going to all meet. It's going to be amazing. Can it live to people's hype up here? Like Stranger Things, for example. Everyone had an idea right there, and it didn't live up to it, and it's now getting panned for it. Marvel's going to fall victim to itself eventually. I think this could be it.
Before we answer this question, but you said Stranger Things. I enjoyed the last episode.
I enjoyed it personally for what it was. Yeah, I liked it. But a lot of people online, there was a hate train because it didn't live up to what they thought was going to happen. And I think this is the same.
I think there's too many characters are going to be in this movie, first of all. And I think some of them are just going to be thrown in there for a couple seconds and that's it, and say bye or kill them off really quick snapshot of them, so to speak. It can't live up to the hype. I think people are just... I was listening to I listen to sports talk radio. I know, very boring, but the person that was on there saying it's like Avengers Endgame. They should have stopped right after that. Yeah. But you knew they weren't because they want to make more money. So I kind of agree with you. I don't know it's gonna suck, but I think I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed of it.
I think suck is too big of a word.
Yeah.
But I do agree, Sorrel. I think if Marvel has taught me anything over the last, since Endgame, it's that I need to lower my expectations. Yeah. And I think we've said it on this show or another show before. I worry sometimes that it's not the fault of the movies and the writing. It's my fault for having such unachievable expectations when I go into a film. Do you know what I mean? So actually, as long as this entertains us, as long as it's got some good scenes in it, I'm going to be happy. I'm not going in expecting, like I did with Multiverse of Madness, expecting or building myself up for a whole host of characters. I think you're right, Efren. I think stuff like the X-Men, it's going to be 5-10 minutes, if that. I think they're going to bite the bullet very, very early on. Yeah. I don't know. I hope it's good. I hope it's not going to suck. I really do. But
the minute I heard that Robert Downey Jr. was coming back and he was going to be portraying Dr. Doom, I was just totally against it. To me, I know there was a comic book based on it also, but I said, oh my gosh, they're doing it out of desperation because the movies haven't been doing well and they want to bring back the big names. I think Chris Evans is going to be back also. So they want to bring back the audience, so to speak, but it's not a end all. It's not going to fix everything about the Marvel universe, cinematic universe, or maybe just a one shot. Hey, we're back. But what are you guys going to do after that?
Well, this is it. They can't maintain it, can they?
Yeah.
You know, it really does feel like after Endgame, they doubled down on fringe characters and tried to build new characters, but they never really followed through with it. If the characters weren't loved immediately. They just kind of pushed them to one side. Look at things like Ironheart and stuff. Ironheart was a decent little show, but it's kind of just vanished, you know? Have we heard anything of Echo since the show?
Yeah.
It's just...
Do we not think some of these properties would have been better if they weren't a part of a epic 10-year storyline and they were just to the source material and a standalone thing, not forgetting what's happened before? Like when we were kids, we had all the Batman movies, right? And nobody really, as a kid, you didn't really care that it went from Keaton to Kilmer to... It was Batman on a screen. It was just a different actor. Same with James Bond. Same with Doctor Who. It's different actors taking on the role, but they're always their own standalone thing that could be connected, but we're not going to tell you it is. It's just left to your own interpretation of it. I think films need to go back to just being their own thing and not part of a 10-year multi-theory storyline.
Yeah, not
I
everything
think it's killing the
connected.
industry.
And I think if we look at Marvel, again, I've said it before, but one of my personal favourite things they've put out the last few years, Werewolf by Night, isn't connected to anything, really.
Nope.
There's no link, there's no multi-crossover event or whatever. It's just a standalone good story. And at the end of the day, that's all I want, a good story. I want to be entertained. Let's see what the chat are saying. I think it's generated quite a bit of discussion. Connie agrees. It's all fan service. I think you're right. I think it's even worse. I think the movie will be good, but flop still. What we were saying about opinions being wrong. 45 minutes ago, you talked about people complaining before they've watched something. My hot take, screw fan service. It's fun to have a little cameo of a character every now and then, but so many characters in films have fallen into the trap of trying to please people too much. Yeah, that is true, Connie, I agree. Pardon me. As a Doctor Who fan, Doctor Who slid into this lately as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Connie, have you watched, I mentioned it on the show on Tuesday, did you watch the spin-off, The War Between Land and Sea? Really enjoyed it. Really, really good. Doomsday is basically a Marvel Royal Rumble. Yeah.
Basically.
My hot take, no matter what they put out, half the people will complain regardless. That is true as well. That is true, yeah. Don't lower your expectations, but always review what the product is, not what it isn't.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I like that. That is very good. That's not a hot take. That's the internet for the last 15 years. I think we should just be happy with the new characters and actors. Yeah, I agree, Connie. We should stick with them, give them a bit of time. Why are we recycling characters and actors? There's literally thousands of both. Shang-Chi, great point, Fuzzy. I mean, how long ago was that movie now?
Oh, God.
Over 5 years, easily.
Right? He's not appeared in anything else, has he?
No.
Or even been referenced in anything?
Oh, wasn't he a hologram in one of them? Didn't he appear as one like a hologram at some point recently? Hasn't he been like an extra, like a post credit thing or something? Yeah. I think he's done something since, but nothing makes
2021 Shang-Chi.
Wow. And then we're not even touching Eternals anymore. Exactly, God. I heard a rumor that many characters are only in it for a short while due to incursions. Yes, Stephen, that's my take on it. If they follow the Secret Wars kind of comic book from the more modern take, I think Doomsday is the lead into that, which is all about incursions. So it's all about Earths being destroyed, which is why I think things like the X-Men and stuff like that will be very, very short. I think it'll be literal couple of scenes with them being bumped off as their world dies. I heard excuse me, started tonight actually. It's really good, Connie. It's worth persevering with. Really enjoyed it. I'll let my uni lecturers know you like the mythology. Most people's complaints are that things aren't what they want and ignore what was actually made. That very true. Very true. Hot take, love Eternals. Wow.
How cool would it be if this is again? I'm going on a tangent, but again, how cool would it be if, like in Doomsday, the bit that where we get Magneto and that X-Men scene that we've already kind of seen? How cool would it be if it's Doom, Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom, going there to kill Magneto for his helmet because the helmet can stop people coming into his mind. Yeah. So he wants that helmet to make an Iron Man like a suit out of that to stop Professor X and other mutants being able to manipulate him.
Yeah.
So he just instead because there's that scene, isn't there, where basically he rips Thanos' spine out, and that's like a CGI thing that people have sent around from a game or something. It was from a comic, wasn't it? It's from a comic.
Yeah, I think it's from a comic book, yeah.
So instead of that, because everyone's expecting that, he does it to Magneto instead. He just rips Magneto to bits.
I mean, that would be very cool.
So good.
That would be very cool. Evening, pal. Hope you're well. The Russo brothers managed to give us a better version of Cyclops in 10 seconds. That is very true. That's like a X-Men fan wet dreaming it. That scene looked amazing. Sorrel's just drunk now.
There was only a tiny bit of Bell's whiskey in that coffee, Fuzzy. Only a tiny bit.
A litre. There we are. We're up to date with the chat.
We will see at the end of this year. We'll probably do a review of the Doomsday movie. We'll all go see it the first day, right, guys? So we're gonna see it.
Sure we will.
This is James' last question. Fortunately, he's not here. If you're still here, James, I'd like to see why you asked this hot take. But here it is. Zack Snyder's Justice League is better than the Avengers 2012. So James isn't here. If you're still here in the comments section, James, can you tell us why you did this as a hot take? Because I don't think anybody's going to agree with this at all. So this
Absolutely not.
I'm not sure which James Zack Snyder's Justice League. I've seen it, and there's no comparison. You got me, fumbling my words out, but you're wrong. So.
I mean, there are a lot of Zack Snyder fans out there. Absolutely disagree. Couldn't disagree more. I thought. I mean, I'd say that Snyder's version of the Justice League is better than the Whedon version of the Justice League, the extended version. It is a better movie, but it's still crap. It's still not, as far as I'm concerned, it's not good. It doesn't, a lot of the characters don't resemble anything that I've read. I mean, their version of The Flash is a disgrace. It's just not a good film. And the Avengers movie gave her Hulk versus Thor, gave her that epic battle scene. We'd see nothing like that at that point. It gave her the shield. I totally disagree, James.
The Avengers as well was the film that came out that gave us the team up movie. That was the first one of its kind, really. Yeah. And there's that scene that still gets me to this day. Where they do that the final battle where the camera sort of pans around them.
Yeah.
The pan around where you got all the kind of your Black Widow's reloading, Cap's got his shield. Yeah. Oh, it's so good and comic book nerdy, isn't it?
The only thing wrong with that film for me, just being negative, is the strange decision to go with like a very comic accurate Captain America costume. He just stands out. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? I think his costume gets much better as the series goes on. But for me, it's a cracking film. The scenes with Loki are amazing. Puny God is amazing. When Hulk smashes Loki to pieces. I couldn't disagree more, James. Couldn't disagree more.
I love when that old man stands up to Loki as well. We had a dictator back in the 40s that tried that. That whole scene is so good.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm going to go watch it again right afterwards.
Let's see what the chat is. Anybody agree with James from us?
No.
Here's another hot take. June 3 will be better than Doomsday. I've been loving the June films. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Oh, they're good. They are good. I mean, great visually as well. Keegan. What about Chris Bell? Nice to see you. Leave my tiny whiskey out of this. Cock off. I think that says it all. Eternals is better than Snyder's Justice League. Yeah, I agree.
So next month when we're back, we'll let James explain. Either he just wanted to do a hot take to get all the controversy, going forward. But we'll ask him why he asked this hot take.
I mean, I'd do a movie review show with James. So okay. I know his taste in movies, Efren, and this doesn't surprise us because the guy likes a lot of shit. I have to be honest. So yeah.
Any more comments before we end the show, Peter?
If he can't explain, he needs the boot.
For another co-host next month, guys. So, we are done, but guys, what's coming up? I know you got a lot of stuff coming up this week, Sorrel. Where are you going again?
So I'm at London Toy Fair tomorrow morning. I've got the train going down to London at 8 a.m. I'm so excited. Going to be going to the Funko booth, Jazzwares, Jada Toys, all of them. But there's something even more exciting, boys. I'm not going to lie. So I've got something on the way to me from Mattel that's to coincide with the trailer that's dropping tomorrow.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
So I've got a first hands-on glimpse at some of the merch. So I'm excited. I'm meeting up with the Mattel team tomorrow as well in person, so stay tuned for an unboxing over the weekend.
Very
So
cool.
these people are giving you the merch, right?
First, before they've even got to shops.
Damn it! I don't get jealous much often. I don't get jealous much often, but that's awesome. Yeah.
If I told them if they even if it's just a tiny children's sword, that as long as I can hold it up and go, I have the power. That's all I want.
Anton, you're probably very excited about the He-Man trailer. I thought the He-Man trailer was pitch perfect. I loved I haven't Googled it yet. Is it the guy who did the voice for the original cartoon? Do we know?
Sounds like it, but I'm not
Because
sure.
he sounds bang on. He absolutely sounds bang on. I just thought the trailer was pitched perfectly. And we get our first glimpse of Cringer, which was in Roboto. So yeah, I just loved it. Cannot wait.
I don't know hardly anything about He-Man, but that little sneak peek of the trailer got me interested.
Yeah.
You know, like, damn, this looks pretty good. You know, got me all, wow, I want to see this now. You know, Peter, what you got coming up on your channel?
I don't know. Next live show is Tuesday night, as usual, with you guys. I'll probably not get any lives this weekend. I don't think, 'cause I'm building models. I've got a video out on Thursday, which is about, I think, sorry, I'm just checking. I think Garbage Pail Kids.
Ooh.
Maybe, potentially.
Are you opening some stickers? Or have you got comic books? Or?
No, I've got a book. I'm sure it's...
Oh, is it the book that shows off all the trading cards?
So I've got a video coming out all about this, which is a beautiful little hardback. All of the trading cards in it. So I've got that one.
They did
coming
one
out.
for Mars Attacks, didn't there as well? Didn't you buy that as well? Yeah, I want that book. It's
And in both of these books, you get some cards, stickers as well. So yeah.
Nice.
So I've got video coming out. I think that's this week's video. And then so basically my schedule at the moment is video Thursday, video Sunday night, live show Tuesdays. And then I'll get back to my one-man show when I've got a few minutes. So yeah.
Andrew's just saying bloody Warhammer. I reckon any money if me and Pete met up and played a game of Warhammer and filmed it for YouTube, you'd sit through it, Andrew. You'd sit through it, mate, and I know you would.
Could you imagine the battles in terms of us? Do you know what I mean? Losing shit, I got to be fun. Yeah. They're going to do blind bags with Thunder the Barbarian. Not seen that one. Not a problem, Fuzzy. Thank you very much for stopping by. I saw on Facebook they're going to do a Planet of the Apes Fantastic Four. They have a cover that looks like Jack Kirby. Yeah, I saw that. Looks amazing.
Also next week, Peter and I are going to be doing our advanced orders. Comics are coming out in March already. Gee, crazy. But thank you, everybody, for watching our show. We will be back next month. Everybody, be safe. Take care. I would say go out and buy a comic book and actually read it, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Bye.